Sanctum Showdown's here. I think it's an absolute blast. I think there's a lot of different decks you can be playing with and a lot of different cards, and it's actually made the meta very different in comparison to what you might be seeing in Ladder and Conquest. There's a lot of different cards you're going to be seeing here. I feel like there's some cards that are going to be a lot more common than others, and we can break those down, and you'll see some of them popping up through these decks that we're going to showcase here. But in general, I want to say that this is a very cool game mode. If you don't understand how it works, I'll give you a very quick breakdown. Every single turn is going to be a location that is going to be the Sanctum, and you want to try to win the Sanctum. Turn 1 and 2, you're going to be able to, the Sanctum's only going to be worth a singular point. However, on the remainder of the turns, the Sanctum's going to be worth 4 points, and each other location on the board is going to be worth 1. So as a total for 6 points, you can win from turns 3 and onwards. Note that I just said turns 3 and onwards because the game can last more than and or less than the normal 6 turns, not just because Magic is banned in this game mode as well as Limbo, but it's also due to the fact that you are not needing to try to fight for the whole board. Every single turn, you're only trying to get the points for your location, and you're going to get to 16 points. Once you get to 16 points, you will win. If you and your opponent both get 16 points at the same time, then whoever has more points wins. And if you them both reach the same amount of points at the end of the game, then neither one of you really win, but you both do get the charms. Charms are what your points are, and they directly translate into the game shop, which you've seen inside of the developer video. If you haven't, that'll be linked down below. Otherwise, there's a lot of other really interesting options and cool nuances inside of this game mode, including the fact that from turn 3 and onwards, you can snap and actually increase the amount of points that the Sanctum is worth, going from 4 typically to 5 if you snap, and then turn 6 to 6 if your opponent also snaps there. So a lot of different choices, a lot of different things you can build with, and it makes this game mode very interesting because no longer do you just need to win with this big combo at the end of the game. Each turn you're playing really matters, and you're going to be seeing that there are a lot more decision matrices and a lot more choices being made just in general. So with that in mind, the decks that you're playing inside of this game mode aren't going to be the same ones that you'll be playing on Ladder in Conquest. And let's talk about those decks here and some of the highlights inside of those decks that I really feel like are quite essential in order to see yourself succeed inside of this game mode. And this is the first deck that I will say I'm personally enjoying. The first 3 are the ones that I'm going to be playing inside of this video here that you're currently watching. This is my first one, just like a generic control style list. I think Negasonic Teenage Warhead is a card you'll be seeing a lot in this game mode. In addition to Hydra Bob is really good because every single turn you can snap, which means you can move him each and every turn. He does trigger, I will say, he does trigger before it checks to see who's winning each location, because that actually happens after every single game action on the board is done. So it will happen at the end of turn 4. So Hydra Bob's a really great card because it can move around and is it just cheap power because you want that power down quickly. A lot of cards in this game mode are banned, including a lot of clog cards. However, White Widow isn't banned. So White Widow is another card I like to use here, and a great way for you to get priority and try to win another location. Rocket and Groot are another amazing card that if you aren't playing in this game mode, I would say you're definitely going to be wanting to, because Rocket and Groot are going to give you incredible value for those locations that you're trying to fight for. Because if you have priority, which priority is based off of who has the most points, whoever is currently winning the game, same thing as Conquest and Ladder, except for whoever is winning the game who has control of more locations. So it makes sense for this. Again, Captain America is another great card. Sam Wilson, the new one, because of his shield giving you a location for priority. So maybe that additional point at the beginning of the game might be enough for you to lock down the win. A lot of different cards here, a lot of different other tech pieces you can see. I've changed some stuff in this list. You can potentially try to run some versions. We'll run Nocturne. Some versions I also had Enchantress in this list. I think it just depends on what you're personally seeing, what you prefer here. But I like the Lady Deathstrike and Red Hulk. I'm not going to be able to offer individual suggestions for every single card here. The biggest thing I want to say is that if you don't have one of these cards and you want to try to get a suggestion or a change for one of them, what I personally recommend is trying to find another card that either does something similar for yourself, or it does give you similar stats for its cost. I.e. Red Hulk, you could probably go Magneto. Red Guardian, you can probably go Copycat. I don't know. I'm not going to give you every single suggestion, but that's just some generic stuff because as we go through these decks, you're going to see a lot of other different pieces. This is the first deck that I played a lot of and I really personally enjoyed. And then I wanted to change it up to see if we can do some Destroy stuff here. And Destroy was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed this style of list. And using Bucky as well as Wolverine X-23 let me fight for each individual location a lot sooner and a lot quicker, as well as Frigga gave me that copy of Carnage, that copy of Venom, that copy of Killmonger or Deathlok, whatever I needed in order to get that card onto the board a second time to be able to fight for more than one location. Because again, you need to be able to spread your power out pretty quickly, and Frigga is a really great enabler for that, as well as X-23 and Wolverine bouncing around the board or regenerating around the board is really helpful, as well as Bucky just coming back. The Hood's a great card that, again, you really want to make sure you're getting a lot of value from, and Nico's another one that you can copy cards, you can destroy cards quickly with it. It's just good in general, so it's another one that I would really say I would like to recommend for this game mode in addition. And then the other deck that I think I had the most success with was Mill, and again, Makari's now another similar card, akin to what we saw what Sam Wilson, Captain America, doing before, where she is just getting you priority and getting you power on the board pretty quickly. As well as the rest of these cards are going to be good at gaining you, access to locations, as well as there's a lot of people trying to run 1-drops, which means that our Killmonger is going to be picking up the slack. So you can get a lot of really good value here with these cards. Thunderwolf also means that it can do other things in terms of giving you more cards. And you could be running Shang-Chi, you could be running other cards here, but you can't run as many tech cards and get the value from them simply due to the fact that you don't have that many turns left to win the game. So each of your turns have to be quick and you have to make sure if you want to try to win that one location that is the highlighted one for the turn, or if you want to try to set up to try to win even more so in another location the following turn, because the Sanctum, the location that is going to be the big one that you have to fight for, is changing every single turn. These are the 3 decks that I personally most enjoyed, but I also wanted to let y'all know at least some of the other decks that are currently at day 1 stats, currently seeing a lot of play as well. And one of the biggest ones we're seeing a lot of is Scream. Scream decks are still everywhere, and this also lets you do a lot in these in this game mode. You have a lot of different options in terms of gaining power, in terms of moving people away from locations that they would like to win at, or just destroying their cards, or messing with them in other different manners. You've got a lot of choices, and this deck is very flexible. This is a deck that I have seen a lot of. I haven't played this one personally because I typically enjoy doing something different, but if you are looking for something similar, a Screamless is going to be really good. Cannonball's another card that we are also seeing a lot of in this game mode. It's going to do the fact that he can either knock you away from whatever location you are currently winning, or he destroys the card if it doesn't work out. So part of the reason why I have been running Armor in a couple of the decks that I was showing, or one of the decks I was showing, just because he does give you that choice, and it's very, very helpful. Also, there's a lot of just generically good statted cards, which is kind of, again, what we're seeing here. But one of the biggest things I'll point out with this is that we're actually seeing some of the Guardians, and the Guardians have actually come back in a way that I didn't expect, because every single turn, you know which location your opponent typically wants to play to. So with that in mind, Rocket, Star-Lord, and in some of the other decks that I'll show off in a second, Gamora, Drax, Groot, they all are incredibly valuable and really actually good cards in this game mode. So if I can recommend it, go for those cards. Try to do some more stuff there, and I think you're going to be able to find a lot of value in what you're going to be doing there. And you can see that even more so, unfortunately, even though I don't enjoy it as much, Airship's still good, because you're not certain how many turns you're going to get, but because you can just get enough power on the board, enough points on the board pretty quickly, you can do a lot of good stuff. And one of the things I'll point out inside of this in particular is that Ares is a really good card in this game mode, especially if the games go on longer. Then your opponent or you may not have that many cards left in your deck, so then Ares just gets his extra 6 power with basically no issue. So a lot of stuff you can try to do here, and I really enjoy this. I really enjoyed this game mode bringing to light the Guardians. Again, I'm not going to be a fan personally of Airship, but I will say again, Vision's another really good shout for this in particular, because he's 8 stats that you can move to whatever lane you need to. And we've also seen a good bit of Zoo. Zoo is another one, part of the reason why I have Killmonger in a couple of the decks, because Zoo is just spreading points onto the board, and it's very easy, very cheap to get these very cheap to get these cards, and you're going to get a lot of value with this list. Big spread, very quickly, and it's just straight up beneficial. Because then, at the end of the game, if you've been throwing for the first few turns, all of a sudden you've got 6 or 7 power in each lane. That's not easy to fight for. Or fight against, apologies. So there's a lot of really good stuff inside of that deck. And lastly, but certainly not least, like I said, the Guardians have kind of just been overtaking the meta in a very fun and interesting way. And you see that here. Playing the Guardians into locations where you know that your opponent is going to try to fight for is very, very effective. So use that to your advantage. Use that, and part of the stuff that the collect as well is the fact that since the location that you're going to be fighting for changes each and every turn, you get even more benefit with that. There are other decks that we're seeing, obviously, but I wanted to highlight at least these few because I think they're really interesting. Lots of really cool cards and decks in this game mode. Very interesting. What is it? If you haven't unlocked all those new cards yet, there's Gorgon, there's Uncle Ben, and there's Laufey. Hopefully I said the names right. I think I said Uncle Ben right at least. They are all really interesting, and I've messed with a few of them so far. Haven't gotten a chance to play with enough of them yet, but I do have them all unlocked, and if you're trying to get them unlocked, you'll get them pretty quickly. The last thing I'll recommend in terms of a tip in general for this game mode is that if you aren't watching streamers on twitch.tv for the next week or so from when this video goes live, you will actually be able to get, I believe, 10 scrolls, 12 scrolls, something like that, and also 1,000 of your charms that you can use to get these new cards if you're watching streamers on Twitch. I cannot recommend enough, not even for my own personal self-interest. Watch streamers on Twitch, leave it open in the background just so you can have your drops enabled so that you can get even more rewards inside of this game mode. It's very good, very interesting, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think this game is really cool. I've been having a blast playing it. I've been playing it, I kid you not, for 10 straight hours, and I've been enjoying every single second of it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of depth in here, and I'm excited to play it more. I'll be playing it offline. I'll be playing it online, obviously, and I hope you all enjoyed as well. We're going to go into some of the games that I showed off with my first 3 decks that I was playing, just so you can see a little bit of the gameplay that I was able to do, as well as me unlocking a few of the brand new cards. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video, and hope you enjoy these games. Talk to you later. All right, so they tied us there. Assuming it goes to... Oh, Crimson Cosmos is a location in this game mode? You're joking. Crimson Cosmos actually has to exist here? No one's playing for this location. You can't play for here. That's such garbage. You have Sam, sure. I'm not even going to trigger the Wiccan. We do balance this bit. I'm going to go Rocket and Groot here. They're going to move the shield. It's going to make my Miles 1 cost. I can play Wiccan next turn for free over probably to the left lane. And I got Nocturne. What do they do here? Marble Boy, I don't feel like is a card that you could really be... I don't think Marble Boy is a good card for this game mode, personally. Because you're kind of forced to, like, play for one lane, and that's it. I'm going to snap here on this. We're going to play Wiccan here. Miles, Hydra Bob, and Kate Bishop. That's so much power that we're adding to this lane. Miles, Hydra Bob, Kate, Pim and Acid Arrow. Do they trigger their Wiccan here? They do trigger their Wiccan, but is that going to be enough for them to win the game? That's the question. I'm actually going to do something crazy here. I'm going to Red Guardian this lane. And then play Acid Arrow into Pim Arrow over here. I'm going to turn off the Sam Wilson. I guess no, it's going to turn off the shield. I don't like that. That's not helpful. We do this. I don't move to the left lane. I've already got enough power over there. Nocturne. Send a card over there, or send an arrow over to their side, which is Kate nor White Widow. I just realized I don't have White Widow in this deck. Hold up. White Widow should be in this deck. I just realized I meant to have White Widow instead of Kate Bishop, actually. I didn't realize that. That's on me. I get 5. Do I just win the game? I just won. So the first 2 games, I actually meant to have White Widow in this list and not Kate Bishop because White Widow is a super great way to get priority and also isn't banned in this game mode. We're actually going to change it up real quick and we're going to add her instead. But yeah, that's solid. Okay. So there's actually even a button inside of the deck builder that shows you probably just, is this just the cards that are filter out banned cards? You can turn off every single card that's actually banned. And there's also like a scroll wheel here. I will say this. I've said it in a couple other places and I'll say it again. I am very annoyed that even the cards that do nothing at the end of the game, I'm very annoyed that they don't work in this game mode. Like, I wish you could play Captain Marvel, you could play Malekith, you could play Mysterio, you could play Martyr, you could play Supergiant, and what is it? Maybe Supergiant's actually a bad one to have, but like the other cards where they actually just like, they only do stuff at the end of the game, they just don't work, and that's it. And I wish that was a thing instead, because also like a Bastard Mysterio would have been insane. But anyway, you can apparently just filter out all the banned cards. You can turn that on or off, apparently, in this area. Let's fix this and put White Widow in here and get back into another game. Martyr probably would have been busted, you're correct. But also, I'm fine with a game mode where she's actually useful for once. Personally, that's kind of just where I'm at with this. Taco Truck means we both can have something we can play on the first turn. I also have Hydra Bob, which is even better. Perfect. They had a waste Chimichanga on literally nothing, which is great. We also have White Widow next. Oh, I wish she was played as well, yeah. I'm going to play Sam this turn. I'm going to wait on the White Widow. Actually, I'm going to wait for this Chimichanga as well because next turn they get extra power, and I want to be ready for their extra power that they have. Athena? What? So Sam Wilson's going to move over here. They're snapping already on that? I'm not going to snap back, but let's see what they're doing. Should I be playing Chimichanga instead? Maybe I should be playing Chimichanga here. It's fine. What's up, Slay? How you doing? That's a fair play from them. That's a good call just to go for the Cold Obsidian there. They've got a lot of lanes there. But we've also got the White Widow and stuff now. So which lane are they playing for? We have to play for the right lane here. It's actually kind of annoying that I can't do as much as I would like to over here. So I'm just going to play Miles. Do I even play Miles? I think I go... I do play Miles. I play Miles and Nocturne. We can use the White Widow armor stuff in a second. Atuma's solid. We beat this lane. I know we don't win these lanes here, and I probably should have fought for Taco Truck a little bit more. But I don't mind this play. They've got an Angel. Okay. We also, we're just barely behind currently. This is middle. This is actually what I really wanted to go for. So we're going to move Nocturne to this lane, move this here, and I'm going to go Armor, White Widow, Chimichanga. Actually, I'm going to play Chimichanga first. I'm going to play for this lane, go move this over here to get power over here. I then go Chimichanga, Armor, White Widow, Iceman left. That's so much power that we're putting down in this lane. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially with Rocket and Groot, and then -4 with the Widow's Kiss. So that's like 13 power we're adding to the middle here. I'm going to snap him back. Let's go. This doesn't give them the game because I don't think they're going to be able to win multiple locations this turn. But it's solid for them at least. Let's see what we got. Yggdrasil. Okay, I'm down with that. Yeah. So by this order, we should be actually... Ooh, the Gamora's a good shout. Not surprised that Gamora's a card they're trying to play here. Chimichanga buffs up the Rocket and Groot. We use the armor to shield up. And then the White Widow, it does give them that lane, unfortunately. God, we're actually pretty close there. But they can't get any more power in that lane, and that's the biggest thing I'm going to focus on. We're winning the right lane and the left lane currently. I'm going to sneeze. We move Rocket and Groot to the left lane to be able to fight for over there. Captain America's shield goes for the left. I think that's all we can do here. What are they playing in the left? What's going to be really good for them over there? I guess they could probably play a free Scar, I'm going to guess. Killmonger hits my Iceman and my Hydra Bob, unfortunately. But we do get the Rocket and Groot value. White Widow only gives us Enchantress, which doesn't matter. They just have to hit my right lane, and that's it. We have 2 lanes that we're getting value here. Probably means I can't move the shield this turn, unfortunately. Because that's going to probably just die. They have 8 energy on this turn, unfortunately. I really hope Iron Patriot gives me a really big card that I can win the middle with. If I don't get that, I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, actually, hold up. No, we don't worry about this because they can't play 2 cards. They have to play 2 cards. So we go this, this, this. That doesn't even hurt even. We're fine here. We just win this game. Because we have more total points. High Evolutionary was a pretty garbage card, but thankfully it doesn't matter. 07s. Let's go. I mean, that's just an Airshim gamer. I thought this was a deck that was trying to do stuff with... What's it called? I thought this deck was trying to do things with Surtur and things. It just wasn't getting lucky. But... I mean, obviously not, but I'm not going to complain about that. We'll see who we get here. It's going to be our first try to get stuff. I don't know who I honestly want in this game mode. Who's like my number one, like, best pull here? I think I want it from like right to left. I think I want Gorgon most, Laufey second, Uncle Ben third. Aussie Man. All right, Aussie Man. Nebula means we tie here. What do we get this turn? Vault. I'm gonna have to use Rocket and Groot in a second. I'm just gonna play stuff down. Yeah, just because you're right doesn't mean I want to hear it. So I've got Prio, so that hits. Iron Patriot's gonna actually make it so we tie that lane. Sam's going here. Honestly, is it White Widow in this lane? I think it's just White Widow in that lane. I think that's it. It's turn 4 and neither one of us has gotten any points yet because we've been tied every single time, which is interesting. But I think that's our plan this one, or for this one. Are they gonna, I don't know how they're gonna have enough power to win this lane. I don't even mind the Sentinels here. We're winning left lane, we're winning right lane. Where do we need to play for this turn? Widow's Kiss. Sentinel. I'm accepting the fact they're probably going to mess with me in this lane. I just need to, what is it? I just need to turn off this stuff to make sure they can't get rid of the Widow's Kiss. They should have snapped that. I was not fighting for that lane. They probably just didn't know that. The Widow's Kiss is being turned off, which is great for us here. They probably play literally anything middle to beat us. Kingpin into Stegron. Okay. I mean, that's still pretty good, honestly. That's going to keep getting triggered. Let's see what they do. I don't know if I feel good enough about this game to snap as well, but I'm trying for it. Let's see. Arrow just turns that off. Means I just win this lane no matter what now for the rest of the game. Because their arrow's here. Which means I move this here. I go Nocturne, Miles. I don't even think I play anything else right now. I win this lane. I don't know if I snap here. I don't think I snap because I win no matter what, right? How do I lose this left lane? I don't see that line. I guess a cannonball could hurt. So maybe I play this and I snap so that Hydra Bob always goes to the left lane. I think that's what I do. So that even if they do cannonball me here, I'm still going to get the Hydra Bobs go to the left lane. So I think I just win easy, GG, no re, right? Isn't that what you say? Easy. Remember that thing? GG, no re, right? That was the thing forever ago. Give me some Sentinels. You do that. What do you give me there in the left lane afterwards? Cannonball, right? So they did Cannonball, which means they move that out of the way. And then Hydra Bop at the end of the game is going to go back to the left lane, which means I win. I called it. That felt good. That felt like a really good one. So again, what is it? Being able to use snaps just for the value rather than anything else was very, very good. We literally just can't play for this lane. So we'll just throw the hood down over elsewhere. I like this deck a lot, actually. This deck feels like... This feels just like a destroy deck that's just not... That hasn't existed in a while. This zero's interesting. I've been a bet that we're playing against a Sanctum deck. What do we get? I don't have anything great here. I'm just going to Deathlock. Drops finish, see what you get. Let me know what you get. Hopefully you get the amazing options, amazing stuff. They get Titania into another one drop, a Sunspot. I mean, honestly, we probably just go for a Killmonger next turn. Or we wait one more turn because it's fun. Yeah, so we just have priority here as well, which is great for us. Let's go Killmonger here. To death? Yes, it does, I believe. I believe you're correct there. And we have a Killmonger in for the final turn, which I'm very purposefully doing. I want to make that logic clear. Ooh, that's a good shout, unfortunately. They did a really good job there. I think we have to destroy stuff sooner, though. I think we do have to destroy stuff sooner rather than later, right? What are they doing this turn? Are they playing, are they playing the big guy already? Are they playing big guy already? I don't want to Shang-Chi until I know what they're doing, but I think it could be playing big guy already. Nope, not big guy.
Hey man, I'm cool.
I'm fine with this. Can I just say, this is going amazingly for myself right now. Yeah, Laufey, nice. Laufey's a fun one. Let's go Demon into Venom. Get 5 points here. We're definitely winning the right lane. We're gonna have to deal with Gilgamesh. Laufey, I think, is the only one I don't have, by the way, so that's a pretty good one to get. Nico destroys 2 cards. I will be willing to accept some destroyed cards in this game. And we even tie here. That's amazing. I wonder if I should have been trying to play for it. No, it's fine. We did good. I'm waiting because I don't have anything else to play. If they snap here, I'm in trouble. But I'm currently trying to win 2 locations right now. Honestly, this wasn't amazing for us. The thing I feel like I'm struggling with is knowing when I should be actually playing for the said location, and then when I'm supposed to be playing for just, you know, like trying to get ready to play for the next location or location following, right? Because that's what I feel like I'm really struggling with as of now. Okay, Makari, let's not go middle, please. Makari, I'm asking you very nicely not to go middle. Please listen. You get rid of Hydra Bob. Makari, what's the point of asking you nicely if you're not gonna listen? Okay, like, what's the point? You need to stop. Okay. Go Baron Zemo. Interesting. I mean, so we can win this lane. Do I win this left lane, though? Oh, okay. That's not great for me. Oops. I am winning 2 out of these other locations right now. Let's see what they do. We can get rid of another card from their deck here. Kraven pulls over the Spider-Man. Cannonball. I do like that for us. I think we just Misery here. We take their last card with Cable. We can't pull it with Baron Zemo. And they probably move my stuff with like a arrow or something. Baron Zemo's not going to work. Location's full. I'm basically just trying to get a cheaper death here as well. Cable gives me Sam Wilson. Makes sense. Spider-Man goes here. Pulls at least one of their cards finally over to this lane. And then I can get rid of my Spider-Man there. Rocket there. Iron Patriot. And Miles. Which location are they playing for this turn? What cards have they lost so far? They've only lost they've only lost him. Yondu basically does nil. Does Jackal. We do this, this, this. Is that enough just to play for this lane? I think it is. Because we just need to win this lane right now. And I wait another turn before I Fenris, I think. Do they fill the mid, or fill this left lane? They are playing for mid instead. That's unfortunate. What are we getting here? The arrow's pulling. No, I didn't want to do it this turn. I wanted to wait one turn before I did it. I can get rid of Scream at least, which is nice. However, it does go to that left lane, which is annoying. It's unlimited rounds until the game's over, basically. If the right location is the final one, we can win this. I really don't want to snap here. Oh my gosh, I think we just win here. They only have one card left. We do this. No, you're good. It's unlimited game. It's unlimited rounds until the game, what is it? Until someone gets 16 points, basically.